Probing Wikipedia editor's hive mind for rules on cooperative behavior. Vertical line science news. Subscribe. Archives register. Log in. Atom cosmos. Body brain. Earth. Environment. Genes cells. Humans. Life. Matter energy. Molecules. Science society. Other. ESN kids. 09 vertical line 21 vertical line 13 issue. Contents collision course. Scientists struggle to make windows safer for birds. The tune wreckers. Lousy singers make the pitch for scientific relevance. Subscribe. Give a gift. Renew. RSS feeds. Email alerts. Digital edition. Podcast. Past issues. Read articles, including science news stories written for students, on the SNK website. Contents: alien cart leap onto the scene. Invasive fish break people's bones and threaten native species. Video games. When Granddad wins. With some practice, people over 60 bested untrained 20-year-olds meet the new meat. Scientists made a hamburger without harming animals, but it cost as much as a house. Home/columns/math trick. Probing Wikipedia editor's hive mind for rules on cooperative behavior. Wikipedia, Encyclopedia, Cooperation. By Julie Remy. Web edition, August 30, 2013. A+A, text size. Wikipedia, Encyclopedia, Cooperation. By Julie Remy. Web edition, August 30, 2013. Wikipedia acts a bit like one big brain. Similar to how independently firing neurons somehow in aggregate produce thought, independently operating editors together produce the vast online encyclopedia, which, it has been argued, has an accuracy approaching that of the carefully curated Encyclopedia Britannica. Taken as a whole, the system performs a sort of enormous computation, taking in the collective knowledge of the internet and spitting out encyclopedia articles. So just as neuroscientists look for rules that explain how the individual firing of neurons comes together to create the large-scale phenomenon of thought, Simon Debbio of the Santa Fe Institute is looking for rules that explain how zillions of individual edits come together to produce encyclopedia articles. Those articles can be remarkably different from what any individual editor would produce. The entry for George W. Bush, for example, is the most heavily edited on Wikipedia, with 45,000 changes. Though each editor likely had strong opinions about him, the entry reads as a dispassionate exposition. Somehow the system was able to channel partisan discord into a single, generally coherent article. How? What rules underlie the group's behavior? These, of course, are such broad questions that scientists will be chewing on them for a long time to come. Especially because Debbio really wants to define these types of driving rules for a wide variety of social systems. But Wikipedia made an especially good target for an initial stab at the questions because it makes so much data available, recording every last edit. Debbio's challenge was to figure out how to get a handle on the emergent dynamics, not just the individual behavior of editors. The degree of cooperation between editors was one key behavior to analyze. A notable non-cooperative behavior on Wikipedia is reversion, when an editor cancels a previous editor's changes, returning the article to its earlier incarnation. This can lead to revert wars with individual editors insisting on their preferred version. Debbio analyzed data on the 10 most edited pages on Wikipedia, and he found that the longer the editors had worked together cooperatively, without reverts, the lower the likelihood the next edit would be a revert. It seems logical enough, cooperation begets cooperation. But in addition, he found that the likelihood of a revert fell predictably according to a consistent mathematical law. On each of the pages, the probability of the revert declined as the square root of the length of time since the last revert. So the longer it's been since the last revert, the lower the chance that the next edit will be a revert ? But the probability falls quickly at first and more slowly later on. Debbio described his results in July at the Santa Fe Institute and online at arxiv.org. From one perspective, this is a surprisingly pessimistic result. Many standard models of reasoning would imply that people believe that there will be about as much cooperation in the future as they've seen in the past. Debbio, together with Seth Lloyd of MIT, have realized that the square root law implies that although cooperation begets cooperation, it doesn't beget quite that much. The square root law means that people believe that they will see less cooperation in the future than they have so far. Debbio has an intriguing